start with our very first episode in the group pages and group funnels training sessions. So I want to welcome you all. Right now we have 7 o'clock and we're about to start. And now let me just introduce you to the two people that make these webinars successful. So Mrs. Donna Fox. Donna, say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
And I think Tommy's also with us today. So Tom, take it away.
Yes, John, thanks for the introduction. It's Tom Beal here, and with Donna and John, we are excited to share with you some insights and answer some questions that have been shared, and it's going to be a fun evening, and we're going to go into some things that go above and beyond the questions as well. So.
Perfect, awesome, and just to mention, we're going to just cover today a couple of, we have somewhere around 10 questions that are the most asked questions in our service desk. As you know, we are still working on the app. We're getting a lot of questions, but we selected for today, for today's training, we're going to do a couple of demos. Donna is going to take over in a couple of the questions that are being asked, and we're going to split in between her and I, and also we're going to, of course, get the input from Tom. And so let's just, by typing us, let's just think of a nice number. Let's just type a number 7 for those that are for the first time with us tonight. So we have a little bit of information of who is with us tonight. Awesome. And well, we do have a couple of people that being with us in the groove card sessions. And well, hello everybody. Timothy, Pierre, Jeffrey, Jackie. Yes, and actually Pierre has a question. Hey John, during the 5 years the organizer. John, I thought this one was John. And I'm sorry, I think I typed it right. My right spelling and it's funny, it's J-H-O-N. It's a long story. But yeah, so I think I typed it right, but for, identification purposes, we always use the regular John. So guys, without further ado, let's get into the questions. Well, as I said, we have 10 questions that we have received. And Donna, I believe that the first question was, I'm clicking on things inside the builder and nothing is happening. What should I do? So I'm going to give you control on your, so you can take a look, so we can take a look at your screen, Donna. So let me just make you a presenter, and you can take it away with that first question. Shall we?
Sure. Actually, before we get there, I do want to mention 2 things. I want to, well, first I need to figure out how to share my screen.
It's very simple. All that you gotta do is locate the little button on your computer that says share screen, maybe?
That's what I'm looking for. Sharing. Sharing. Change presenter.
Yep, let me just now make you a presenter.
There we go.
So once I change this, my screen will disappear, and now you're in charge. And we're looking at your screen.
All right, let me
I
see.
believe.
Are you looking at my screen?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah, I have to give you permission. Hang on. We're in such good shape here. Sorry about this.
Oh, no, it's quite all right. You know it wouldn't be your style if something like this would.
That's right. I know that there are a couple of people that are amused that I don't know how to use GoToWebinar right now. A couple of people listening.
Oh, yes. And by the way, guys, yes, this training session, they're always recorded. They're going to be on the Groove Curve Academy. And I believe we're looking at your screen right now, so that's awesome.
Are you?
Yes, we're looking, yep, we're looking at a Facebook page, right?
Perfect, yep. All right, so the first thing I want to point out is that we have a permanent link in the announcements. I'm going to drop it into the chat so that you have this link and you can save it, but you can always find it if you join our Groove Digital official group and you go under discussions. Go under announcements. So right here under announcements, it's probably at the top. It is right here. Even though it says January 26th as the date, you can see that this was updated on February 7th. You want to follow this to see what is happening in the development of Groove pages. Did they fix a bug? Did they release something or improve something? You'll be able to track that here, and as you can see, it's updated on pretty much an almost daily basis. So that's a great resource for you to find out what's happening in the Groove pages development. So I wanted to make sure we knew about that. And also that the replay of this session is going to be posted on Groove Cart Academy, which is currently being rebranded and developed into Groove Digital Academy. So we will get that replay today's replay up there by Thursday. So I want to make that commitment to everyone, because if I don't make it publicly, it won't happen. So I'm going to make that equipment. And then the first question is, I am clicking on things inside the builder and nothing is happening. What should I do? So not only was this a frequently asked question, but I asked this question earlier today because I was trying to set up something inside Groove Pages, and when I opened it, I don't really need to be opened for this purpose, but I'll do it anyway and show you I was trying to add something here, and when I was clicking on the button, nothing was happening. I would just click, 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 and nothing was happening. And I forgot the most important thing when it comes to working on web-based software, and that is knowing how to clear your cookies. So I have really good news for everybody on this call that's ever had to clear their cookies, and they have experienced the fact that then they have to log into everything and find their passwords, and clearing your cookies is really a pain in the butt. Just is. Well, I have a way for you to clear your cookies that is just going to make you so incredibly happy. And I learned this from Michael Same when we were doing the Groove Pages launch. He learned it from our developers, and we both think it's the most ninja tip that we've heard in a long time. So here's what it is. The first step. So if you're in the builder and you're finding that something is just not working as expected, before you submit a bug, before you submit a support ticket, before you pull out your hair, and long before you think to ask for help like I did, I want you to try this. The first thing I want you to do is go anywhere inside the page that you're working on, anywhere inside the app, and right-click and choose Inspect right there. So it's going to create this kind of scary looking window. Don't worry, you don't need to worry about this at all. You're going to close it right away. So after you've done that and got this scary looking window, you're going to come up here to this refresh button, right? This little refresh icon in the upper left corner on your browser. And you're going to click and hold it. And when you hold it, it gives you reload options, a normal reload, a hard reload, or empty cache and hard reload. Choose empty cache and hard reload. What that is going to do, it's going to clear your cache and your cookies for Groove apps only. Every other website is going to keep their cookies. Every other page is going to function perfectly. And as you can see, close out of here with an X. As you can see, it refreshed. I'm still in there, and now it will work. Chances are, 90% of the time, if you're having any issues in the browser, just follow those steps. I'm going to do it again so you can take notice of this. Right-click anywhere on the page, right-click, hit Inspect. Ignore all this developer stuff that comes up. Incidentally, you can do this on any page anywhere on the internet, not just Groove Pages. Come up here to the reload button where you normally reload a page. click it and hold it, and you'll see that you have a drop down, and go to empty cache and hard reload. That's my ninja tip for the day. Now it's on to you, John, first. Question number 2.
Thank you, Donna. Yes, and let me just thank you for the tip. I actually did try that before, but you made it sound so easy, so that's awesome. And so let's take a look at the second question. The second most asked question is, how do I integrate my autoresponders like Aweber and MailChimp? So I'm going to take over now, Donna, if you don't mind. I'm going to start, I'm going to change the presenter once again. And what I'll do now is I am going to, of course, show my screen. And of course, we are very familiar with our login area. And once we log in, we're going to have, of course, the 2 options right now. Soon, once all the other applications are going to be ready, they're going to be, of course, included here. But let's just go into group pages. And for the sake of the exercise, so of course, I'm going to create a new page. And I'm going to just follow the dynamics. But the most important part is, where do I actually integrate my MailChimp? And I'm going to do the whole process, by the way. So we have not only the step-by-step process, but also adding the functionality to the page. So if you guys are taking notes, take notes, but also remember that this webinar, as any other webinar, are recorded and are going to be posted tonight, somewhere around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can actually enjoy it. And of course, upfront. So this is, I'm going to just create a new page, and let me just create a new one really quickly. Oh, but before I do that, so let me just cancel. In this menu on top, you have your options. You have My Integrations, My Account, Group Partner Program, and Log Out. This is what right after you actually entered, and you have your, of course, your sites. But in here you have the options. So My Integrations. As you can see, I already have it here, but I'm going to do something so we have a little bit of context. I'm going to delete it. Remember, to delete anything is a 2-step process. The system will ask you to delete, and then you have to say, yes, I am sure I want to delete it. Why? Because sometimes in a single step, you delete stuff that you might not want to have removed. So this kind of prevents that to happen. So now I don't have any other integration. So I'm going to start with MailChimp again. And it's very simple. All that we have to do, let me just exit. So I'm going to go back here, My Integrations, add an integration. Then what is the integration type that I'm looking for? I'm going to start with MailChimp because I do have an account that I want to make sure that I get connected with. So MailChimp, integration description, I'm just going to call this my newsletter because that's what I'm really going to be using it for. So it's going to be the newsletter. And then it's asking me for the API key. And this is this is one of the questions that always also comes about in our service decks for either group pages as group card. Where do I find the key in MailChimp? So I'm going to log in. As you can see right now, I'm going to log into my MailChimp account. So MailChimp. Let me see if I can remember my password. So let me just see. I think I'm going to use 2019. And let me see. Put the password. I'm just going to log in. And okay, I'll do this later. Of course, if you have MailChimp for the first time, or if you're just getting to work with it, it's going to ask you a bunch of questions. But for the sake of the exercise and make sure that we do it completely, right now I'm looking at the dashboard for MailChimp. Now, as you can see here, we try to make it very easy and very simple. And the only thing that we need to get this done is the API key. So we're now logged into our MailChimp. And the way that we get the API key is going to our account right here again at the top. We go to the account, and then you're going to have a bunch of options like the overview, the settings, billing, extras, and integrations. It's not an integration, it's actually in extras. You click in extras, then API keys. So now the API key will show up. This is an API key that I created a long time ago. So I'm going to use it anyway. So I'm going to copy this information, API key, copy this, and then I'm going to go back here to the group apps, paste that information, then update. Oh, but you know what? I forgot to do something because I was working with this earlier. This might not work. So I have to do what just Donna did. I have to maybe clear my cookies. So I'm going to just do that right now. Of course, I follow the instructions. Oh, no, I think that just didn't inspect. And I'm going to do the same thing that we did. Empty cache and hard reload.
I love that this is a great opportunity to show working.
Yep. Yeah, because it's for some reason this once I put the API key, this should actually just lit up in red and update. So this was a great opportunity to do that. So let me just now I believe it cleared out. Yep, I think it just cleared it out.
And this happens all the time in software development, especially when the software is in beta. What's happening is our developers are working behind the scenes and they push out a new piece of code and it's not necessarily loaded up when our browsers are using our cache.
Correct.
So that's why you might encounter this with the Groove Pages, Groove Cart, Groove Cell that you may not have encountered with other browser-based software. So that's why you have to do this occasionally.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to get back in and try to get back to my site settings because the exit, let me just exit. Let me just go back to open group pages. Sometimes for some reason it will log you out. That's what I believe it happened just now. And then you just can log back in. So let me just do this, my integrations, add integration, integration type, MailChimp, newsletter, and then just paste the API key. Then we are going to update. Oh, did I do that right? Yes, add integration, MailChimp, and newsletter. Why is it not updating? Maybe I didn't do it right. Let me do it a second way because I know Donna just showed you one way, but I know another way, which is the regular way that we can clear the cookies. And I want to see if it cleared it out completely. Because sometimes my Chrome does this to me. Last time I actually did. So let me just get to that in a second. Advanced. Site settings, cookies and site data. Let me just take a look. Actually, back, cookies and CO cookies and data. Let me see what happened to Groove. Of course, it's right here. Local storage. Let me see. Yep, it's only for the local storage. That's what we need to remove. We just go back and remove it. And now it's not finding it. Did I delete it? Let's just do this. Groove, cart. Groove apps. Okay, now it's deleted. Just gonna close it up. Now I'm gonna refresh this and I'll find out because this will log me out. I believe this will log it out and will ask me to log back in. You see, just welcome to Groove apps. It's just loading the page again. And I guess it's not allowing me because of this. Let's take a look. Oh, that's weird. Okay, is my browser not helping me today for some reason? Okay. That might happen.
This is unfortunately something that happens a lot when you're doing live demos.
Oh.
So looking at browser. Try it again. I see a blocked cookie symbol in your.
Yeah, I'm actually just looking at that right now. Maybe that's probably why is more tools. Why is it blocking my cookies out of nowhere? Cookies inside data. Yeah, this is fine. Let me just do this again.
Cookies inside data are blocked.
Why got my cookies blocked? That's probably why I'm having that much fun today.
It's called Murphy's Law, ladies and gentlemen, watching.
That's right.
The good news is you get to see how it's a problem-solving solution where you just do a process of elimination. Something's not right. What's going on here? So you've seen a couple different ways to clear the cookies and saw the importance of not having your cookies blocked.
Blocked, yes. And you know what? Thank you for bringing that up because I know the culprit. This is a little person that I have in my house runs around asking for, oh, let me use your computer for a second. And I probably had it for a while, so that's completely my fault. But let's just test it out again. Let's just do this, and you'll see that this will actually work always, of course.
There we go.
All right, so let's just go back in here. This is what makes life fun. All right, so group pages and add the integrations really quickly. Add the integration type. We said we're gonna do it with MailChimp, integration description, newsletter, and let's just copy the API key given that during the process wasn't working. So let's just paste and update. And is not doing it still.
I have a suspicion. Oh no, never mind. My suspicion was wrong. Okay. You might already have a MailChimp integration, but I see that you don't.
No. I mean, no. And you know what it is? Because my browser is still open. Let me just open it again. Open a second browser here, and you will see that it will work. I do have the slight suspicion that that might be the case. Let me bring a new one here really quickly. And continue here. This is the first one. I just closed it accidentally again. And let's just do this again. Group apps.
George said that Google Chrome has been acting up with him this past week. It worked with me too, George, and not just on group pages. So.
And you know what? I just realized that they might have done probably an update, and I don't have the latest one, so I'll probably have to take a yes.
Yeah, it's possible.
So let's take a look. MailChimp integration. Let's see.
And then the other thing I want you to check before you hit update. Oh, there we go.
You see what happened there, guys? And this is why you have to close your browser all the time, because sometimes like this happens. So you see, once I type in the API key, it updates, and now you have MailChimp in your integrations. So you see, you have successfully set up MailChimp integration. So sorry about that. That was completely my fault. I should have checked my cookies because my daughter probably started playing with my browser.
And this is a great lesson for us all. I mean, and especially for people. I saw some people said we're over your head right now. I saw a comment in there, and that's all right, Edward. Everyone starts at a place of not knowing, right? So there will be the replays, as Edward said in the comment there. But this is a reminder so that you can see everybody, including the experts, still run across technical issues. Why? Because we're dealing with the online world, and we have all the nuances of the cookies, of the browsers, of all the things that are supposed to work. And if you're following the steps and come across some obstacles, just know that you're not alone. Take a deep breath and say, okay, something is off. What are the possibilities? What are the probabilities? Have I cleared my cookies? No? Okay, let me go do that. Are my cookies blocked for some reason? Like, what the heck? How'd that? Okay, no, they're not. Okay, yes, they were blocked. Now they're not blocked. Okay, and then, okay, did I close the whole Chrome browser and restart it? All these simple things are process of elimination, and just know that you're not alone if you're running across technical challenges. That's actually, and that goes into every aspect of online marketing: video editing, audio editing, copywriting, writing stuff. And actually, I had a friend just before jumping on this. Hey, I created a video for you. I need to watch. You sent me the message. Crap! It recorded my wrong screen. I have to re-record it. And this is just the life of the online world. So I applaud you for being here as a student, but the great part about this is you learned A, a quick tip on how to clear the cookies, B, John showed you how to make the integration with MailChimp work, and C, you got to see that regardless of what level you reach, there's always going to be Murphy's Law and technical challenges. So expect it and work through it and go through that process of elimination. Have some patience.
That is so important, Tom, because every single day something I encounter is just technically not working as expected. It just
100%.
I don't work.
Well, here's the same, Donna.
Videos I've recorded without turning the microphone on. Like,
correct. And it's literally, sometimes you have to get up and walk away because it can be very frustrating. So there's a quote from the Marine Corps I learned, and here's a brief, funny story. In the Marine Corps, obviously, your life is on the line. Thankfully, in this online world, our lives generally aren't on the line. We're not in a life or death situation, but it can feel like it. And at times, we can get stressed. When we're jumping online and doing this, and you may have noticed, Donna and John and you listening, it's especially when you're like, all right, I only got 5 minutes to do this, so I got to do it really quick. And then that's when you're pretty much guaranteed to have some technical challenges. But there's a line, right? It's always that. Yeah. Or this Apple iPhone update will be quick, and it's a 30-minute update. Anyhow. In the Marine Corps, we learned if someone pulls a knife on you, you have to expect to get cut. And there's a whole long story as to why, because if you don't expect to get cut, and then when you get a slight cut, now you're stabbed and killed. Well, fortunately, we aren't in a life or death situation, but when you're going online, like, prepare yourself, like, I'm going to expect some technical challenges. And when they come up, I'm competent and patient enough to handle them, because on the flip side, it can, I mean, there's been times when I felt like throwing my laptop out the window. Anyone else?
That's every day.
Yeah, right. So, just so you know, you're not the only one who's like, I'm ready to throw this laptop out the darn window. It happens, and that's where we have to use the process elimination. That's where we have to reach out to some of our friends sometimes, like, hey, I'm running this problem. What am I missing? And then, oh, simple, you didn't do this. And it was right in front of my face. I missed it. So anyhow, I just had to throw that in. This is what we deal with in the online world. Highly rewarding, but can also be stressful at times. So just persevere, remain calm, and do that process elimination, and expect the challenges.
Yeah, definitely. And Donna and Tom, you guys are completely right. Because especially when we're testing something that is being developed, that is being perfected every day, so some situations like these might arise. But now let me continue with the second part. Right now, you guys saw how we add the integration. It's very simple. You just go into your menu, select the integration that you want. We did MailChimp. And now, how do I integrate it to a page? So let me just now go into my actual editor. So let me just exit this. I don't believe it's ready. So I'm going to just use something that I was working on earlier. So let me just take a look at the page. This is actually, by the way, one of the pages that we have the template, which is another question that I will address in a moment. But I'm just going to add, you see, this is the subscribe to our newsletter below. So I'm going to just delete this because this is something that we did manually. Well, let me just delete this block right now. And so we want to have the newsletter. Where do I add? What blog do I use in order to add this to my page? So as you know, as I'm showing to you guys, this is just a template that we created. But let's add the blog for the actual integration. I'm sorry, it's not a block. It's actually an element. So we actually go to elements, and then we just look for the MailChimp logo right here under integrations. So we grab the MailChimp integration, and we drop it where we need it. And I believe we need it right below this subscribe to newsletter announcement, little title. So it's right there. So now, how do we make sure that this is connecting right? So remember, once you have the application, all that you gotta do is click, and once you click, the panel to the right is going to open up and is going to show you the functionality and the design. Remember, the design elements is where you change your spacing, your margins, all that stuff, which is now pretty much you can change your width, your height, and you can make sure that make it look good for your site. But the most important part is this, the functionality. You click on the functionality. You select the integration, and as you can see now, I didn't have any integrations earlier. Now I do have my newsletter integration. So we click the newsletter. It's going to look at the integration now. in MailChimp, you need to have a list. And you know what, let me open MailChimp again so we know how this works, because I want to make sure that you guys see how the address that I'm going to put in a moment, it gets added to, of course, to my list. So let me just go to my audience. I believe I only have one contact because, as I said, it's just tested. It's just a test account that I created. So now we gathered the actual API key, so we don't need that anymore. But this is the list. So you have to create a list, and for some of you guys that have used MailChimp, it's a great tool to have, newsletter, autoresponders, things of that nature. So this is my audience. So now when I go back to Group Apps, I created this. So the list that I have is Key1, because that's one of the websites that I use as an example all the time. So I'm going to update, and that's it.
So in this case, the API integration pulls in the name of all of your lists.
Correct.
We have an API integration for, there's only one integration for MailChimp, but you will need to configure the functionality each time so it knows which list to put your new subscriber on.
That's correct. And as I said, I had these lists here that you want a list, so this has one contacts, and that's what all my contacts are going to come in. So now I'm going to just make sure that I update that this functionality is ready. I'm going to save. Remember all the time, because this is another question that we get all the time. Why are my pages disappearing? Why is my content not appearing when I do that? Always make sure that you save your work. I mean, I cannot stress this enough. Always make sure that you click save, and then you click publish. And in publish, of course, you can do either one of the options, which is publishing your domain, which will have that as a separate training because it involves certain technical aspects in Cloudflare. And for now, we're going to just host it with your own site, host it with your site, with us, pretty much with the group page servers. So this is my link. So I'm going to publish for one time, a little bit more, and then I'm going to click the link. Unless, of course, we specify something within MailChimp to do any extra, just for the luck time. I'm just going to subscribe. Just for the luck time. I'm just going to subscribe, and it will tell me I'm subscribed. But how do we know in reality that email moved over there? So you subscribe, then of course you was owner of the site, and let me see. Oh, this is actually a pop-up that I created also for the same purpose. You can add this as well in a pop-up. So I'm going to try the pop-up. This is just an image or the text that you want. And I'm going to put a second email just for the sake of fun here. So test email 2 at yahoo.com. I don't know anybody that uses Yahoo anymore, but you see subscribe. So people subscribe, and they will close the pop-up. Now let's take a look at the list. Now I'm going to refresh my list. And if everything works fine, you see now you have test email at gmail.com. That's one of the emails that I added. You just see the third one just came in. And so maybe I didn't configure properly the pop-up. That's probably what I did. Because I configured it earlier, but let's just turn it. Let's see. Let's take a look. Functionality, pop-up 1. And I didn't add the code right. Most likely. But you get the functionality at the bottom. That's what it is. You'll see that every time somebody goes into your page and connects, now you have your newsletter functionality ready. So now, with that said, Donna, if you have the list, because since I had to close my browser, I cannot just close the list of the question. So if you don't mind, take the next question. So I'm going to just make you a presenter, and I'll be back in a second with the other question.
Awesome. So, time for me to share my screen again.
That's correct. So give me 1 second, Donna Fox. Now you are the organizer again, and we can see your screen in a moment.
All right. This is so interesting. There we go. This is what I want to show. Good? And look, I timed out for activity. So, time to refresh, come back into my builder. For the next question I'm going to cover, which is how to add HTML code to your page, and specifically Facebook comments. We had a number of questions about Facebook comments. So I'm going to log back in and I'm going to show you how to add a Facebook's comment section to your pages. So this is where you see often in like a video sales letter page, there might be a video at the top and then a section at the bottom for Facebook comments. That allows people to leave a comment while they're logged into their Facebook account, so you see their picture, and they can post that comment and share it on Facebook. So I'm going to open this up here, but then I'm also going to go to this website here, and I will drop this into the chat. This is Facebook's developer site. And Facebook's developer site is pretty awesome. It allows you to do all of these things within your website. It gives you the code for these. It gives you the code for share. It gives you the code to like your page. It gives you the code to create an embedded comments plugin here, or embed comments from a Facebook page into your page. So there's all sorts of options here, but we're going to take a look at this first one. This is the comments plugin. Comments plugin is super easy to use. Here's what you do. The first thing you do is, and here are the instructions right here. I'm just going to go through those. The first thing you do is go right here and put the URL that you want to comment on your page. So we're just going to call this, I'm just going to say it's google.com, just because it's easy. And you're having the pixel width, and notice that it changed. So now these are actually the comments from google.com. People have used this in a plugin, and you can see google.com's comments here. So we're going to change the page width. I'm just randomly choosing 1200, and you can change the number of posts that you see. So you can see here, you see 5 posts. If I change it to 10, it's going to change a little, and now it'll show, it gives you a preview of what the comments are going to look like. So this is what it looks like if I had 10 posts at 1200 pixel width and it went to Google. So far, I'm just going to get the code. Alright, now it looks a little crazy, right? Don't worry, we're going to figure this out. The first thing we need to do is go right here into a page and decide where we want the comments plugin. So I'm going to put it right here inside this blue section underneath the action link. So we go to Elements and we find a code embed. There it is. So it's here under Elements, and under Other, there's Code Embed. And you're going to click it and drag it over here. So I'm dragging it over here under this action link, and now we have a place to embed our code. You can sort of see, it's a little hard on this dark screen, but you can sort of see it says embed your code here, right? So we're going to click on that and click on the settings. And now we have a scary black screen. And we're going to go back to this Facebook group and take. So we notice step 2 is we're going to put this in the body tag, and step 3 is put wherever you want it to appear on your page. So I'm going backwards. Let's start at step 3. I'm going to copy this code and go back to my group pages, and I'm just going to hit enter, just like that. So paste that code in there, click save, and thankfully I cleared my cookies so it worked. And now the comment code is in here, but you can't quite see it yet. And there's a reason why. It's because we have to do one more thing. We have to do this step. Let me narrow my screen a little. It's a little easier. There we go. You have to do this step 2, which is putting this up in your body tag. So I'm going to copy this, and where do I find the body tag on my page? Well, I think I go up here into Site Settings. Look at that. That's exactly where it is. And here is my body tag. On my body tag, I'm going to drop in that new code that I just got. And click OK. So now we're going to save. I think we can just preview this at this point. Let's see. There you go. You can see not only this Facebook, this is one that I tested, but then here's the one for google.com that I added. So I can tell, obviously, I don't want to put it in this blue section. I don't want to start, like, there's a lot of things that are ugly about it, but look, the Facebook comment code is on the page, and that is the absolute, like, first step to figuring it out. So grab that link that I put in the chat, and know that you can use that to grab your comment code. Obviously, like, when you set it up, you wouldn't use google.com. You would use your page name. But if I did that, in this case, it wouldn't have showed any comments because a new page doesn't have any comments on it. So I wanted to do something that showed a lot of comments. That's why I chose google.com. Notice that the page width didn't make all that much difference. It just loaded it. There's that preview again. Yeah, it pretty much loaded it up the full width of the page. So there you go. That's it. That's how to add HTML code and specifically Facebook social plugin comments to your page. With that, I am going to stop presenting and go back to you, John.
Perfect, Donna. Thank you very much. I mean, you guys saw how easy it is to do certain things. Just copy-paste, don't feel afraid of just exploring. You're not going to break it, and if you break it, you can always contact us, and we will get back to you with the answers. Now, the very next question that we have from our desk is actually, how do I add the analytics? And now let me just change the center again, and let me see. Show my screen, number 2. Yeah, I believe this is the right one. So I do have already my analytics open, but let me just show you how the process works. So I'm going to just keep it in the same page that we're working with the example that I just did for the newsletter. And a lot of people ask us, hey, how do I track this? How do I track the visitors? How can I just make sure that the data that I'm getting is real, that my visitors are coming from the right places, from either social media, from backlinking, and all the stuff that we do for SEO. So I'm going to kind of answer 2 questions in one, because we also have, where do we actually add the SEO information? You know, just anything for our search engine results, for meta tags or tag descriptions, all that good stuff. So the way that we do it is right here. You have your page, then you go to the pages, and usually, if you have more than one page, of course, you have the list of the pages here, but all that you gotta do is click the 3 little dots and go to Edit Settings. Once you edit the settings, you're gonna encounter all these information right here, which is very similar to where Donna actually just dropped the code. However, this is exclusive to all the additional code that you might want to add if you want to do some custom CSS or your tracking analytics. Now, where do we get all this code? So again, go ahead, Donna.
I also want to point out that when you do it here, you're just doing it for that page on the site versus the entire site. When you do it in the upper right, it's the entire site. So something like Google Analytics, you might want to use the settings in the upper right to drop analytics in for all your pages. So when you have a lot of pages on your site, you just have to do it once, and the site populates all of the pages populated.
Correct. Yes, but just for the sake of the actual demo, I wanted to just use it in this with this account, but you're totally right, so we can do it either or. But the process is really the same. So let me just site settings. Oh, did it jump up on me again?
Yeah, it's gonna close it.
Yeah, right here. So let me just do it this way. So thank you, Donna, for bringing that up. I think that's very important because since I was just testing it only with one page, I didn't want to do it, but you're completely right. So let me just do it here. So the way that we do it is we can include as it says here in one of these spaces, you can include the code. And if you notice something, the big difference, and this is when I wanted to do it to the page level, is because the SEO information is not here. The SEO is actually in every single page. So that's the only difference.
And that's my next question. So
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll just let you share your screen while I talk about it.
Great, perfect. So let's just go back to analytics. Analytics, of course, is a free tool. And I already created the test site, but let me just create a new one so we get some context on the process. So let's say you want to make sure that you track everything, so let's just create a new account really quickly. Let me just create a new account. Oh, but actually I cannot create a new account because I'm using that code already. So, but you can follow the process. You can just create a name for your site, make sure that you collect all the data, and of course it's going to give you this. It's going to give you the actual tracking code, which let me just show you in the test site that I created. So this is where you get that code. On the corporate settings, you're going to get the tracking ID and of course the tracking code. Let me just go to tracking info. Here is the tracking code. So this is the piece of code that you need to copy. And as you can see here, it says the status is actually no data received in the past 48 hours. So I'm going to just test it out, get this, copy, and make sure that this is the right ID for my tracking. So this is actually the 7002. Let me just go back here for a second. Let me take a look at the pages pretty quickly before we do the exercise. And make sure that this is the right, it's the 772-1. So this is perfect. So we're going to just go now to the same area that we were, site settings, and the code should be dropped in the very second box. For tracking, GA stands for Google Analytics, and etc. So you can do this with Google Analytics, with Bing Analytics, with any third-party application like GC Orange, and all of those different platforms that help track the information that you have on your site. So I'm going to just drop it, paste, click, save, and of course now the whole site will have the analytics, not just the homepage. So that's pretty much it. All that you do is just drop that code in there, and of course click save and then publish, and of course I always test it for some reason, and this is one of the ugly things that we do here in software development, always test stuff up, so I always open it up and just make sure that it's running. So I'm going to go back to my analytics account and see if of course it's counting the visit. So let's just go here. And right now, as you can see, it's active usage right now. So if I share my link on the actual chat, on the page that we're looking at, let's just do that. And I'm going to just ask for a couple of people, not everybody, just click on the actual link that I just pasted in the chat, so we make sure that this is tracking all of the visits. So let's take a look. Let's see if we have any other visits right now. You see right now it's active 4 visits. So I didn't even have to refresh. But now let's take a look. So we have now 11 active users right now. And the cool thing about analytics, and I do this with our group, it just tells you stuff that you need to know to make decisions. So let's take a look in real time. Where is people coming from? What locations? So, and this is one of the greatest, so it's mostly United States and Canada, New Zealand, Slovakia, and the United Kingdom. You get the breakdown of where the people are coming from. So if you're creating a page that you want to do a landing page for a product, so you know where you actually want to probably just push more money depending on where your visitors are coming from. Either coming from the United States, what area. So we can even drill down to that point. Let's click in the United States. And it will tell me where are people coming from. So Brooklyn, Chicago, Chino Hills, Crofton, Enfield. This is to the city level. So if you have a product, let's say that it works well with nurses, let's say, and they have a lot of hospitals. Let's say here in Florida there's a ton of hospitals. So you can just drill down all that information. So this is how you add it, and that's how it functions. Yeah, this is analytics has one of the most crazy dashboards in the world. It's very, very busy, and at some point it's intimidating. But all of these stuff comes together once you connect it, you get the data that you need. You don't have to drill down to a lot of levels, but with the information that you gather from your site. Once you connect it to just like this, then you can make your decisions about marketing, about where to spend, some advertising dollars. But now, so Donna, I'm going to keep showing my screen while you let us know about the SEO.
Yeah,
That'd be okay?
I love seeing where everybody's from on this webinar, so that was kind of fun. I noticed that when they're from Voorhees Township, if that's the Voorhees that's in New Jersey, that's right near where I grew up. So that's kind of
Let's
cool.
take a look. So Voorhees Township, let's take a look. Yeah, there's actually somebody there. So that's pretty cool.
That is so neat.
Yeah, and it's real time and great. So let me go back now to the group apps and tell me what to do.
Yep, so when we're looking at SEO, go ahead and open up the page settings on the right-hand side. So the reason why we do SEO by page is because you want different information on each of the pages, or you at least want the opportunity to put different information on each of the pages. Each one of these sections that you see here on the left contains important information for the search engines. So you want to make sure that it includes like the most descriptive options that you can. So, and by most descriptive, I generally mean keyword rich. Because if it's for search engine optimization, you want the search engines to be able to find you. So in this case, instead of home for a page name, you might put, I'm just going to say that we're talking about a Yeti mug business. I'm sitting here looking at my mug. Yeti mugs are pretty amazing. YETI mug. So if you're trying to sell Yeti mugs on your website, instead of home, you might say home of the Yeti mug.
Under the meta section. Oh, sorry. Of the Yeti mug.
That's the Spanish way to spell Yeti. We Americans spell it with a Y.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm confusing you. Nope. YETI.
Y-E-T-I. Oh, I'm sorry.
Alright, and under page title, so this might change depending on what's going on that particular page. So right in front of me I have a purple Yeti mug, and if this page were about purple Yeti mugs, I might just write purple Yeti mug as my page title. Very specific, good keywords. If I'm searching for a purple Yeti mug, this page is going to come up, because that's what the metadata is. Meta keywords are where you can add all sorts of keywords to your page, separated by commas. So in this case, it might be purple, Yeti, mugs,
Coffee.
purple mug, coffee, yeah, exactly. Any sort of keywords that you can think of that are related to the specific product or content on that page. Your meta description is the description that's going to show in the browser when you show up in a search. So when you do a search, you usually get, you just open up a Google window and search for purple Yeti mugs.
And let's do it. So here, purple.
YETI, yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not going to leave that down.
Alright, so this is the beautiful thing I have in front of me right here. And if you look, these are the people that are ranking for the search purple Yeti mug. There's an ad at the very top. And then you'll notice under the peak purple Rambler drinkware. Take a look at that. That's Yeti's site. It's hidden that Yeti would. Oh, I didn't want to go to the site, I'm sorry. Oh, no.
Yeah, this is actually
It makes me very happy. So it makes sense that Yeti itself would rank highest for their mugs. See when it says 25% off select Rambler drinkware products? That's the meta description of the page. So that is what you're filling out right now. When you're filling out the section called meta description, you're filling out what people will see when they come and visit the page. So you can type, we're just going to steal their meta description. Oops.
Yep. Hold on. It didn't copy, of course. Let me just do this. Copy. and paste.
I had that happen 3 times today too, so I'm so there with you. And then that's it. Those are your SEO-friendly page settings which you want to do on each one of the pages for your website. Because it'll change depending on what the content is on that page.
Exactly. Not only the content, but also if it's a product, you want to make sure that you are as descriptive as possible with the product. And, just fill up all the right keywords because not all pros are the same. So,
Yep.
That's where you do that.
Pass it back onto you, John, because the next question is, how do I update images?
That's right. So this is one of the many questions that we get. This is one of the, not the second or the third, maybe most important question, because a lot of people tell me, I have changed the image several times and it's not working. So we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to just make sure that we save this here, make sure that it's ready. And as you can see, guys, home at the beginning, the title just changed. If I go, all the information is there. So let me just close the page settings, just public. I don't ask me why I do that by it's just now emotion that I learned that when we're dealing with these kind of pages, when you're trying not to lose any information, always publish, always save. So let me just change this big image right here. So this is quite a big, large image. So you just click on the image, and then of course you go to functionality. You will see that the image is there in the small portion. It's just like a thumbnail. But here's the trick. You just gotta make sure that image is highlighted. A lot of people said, but I just click in there and it's not changing. I don't know where to change it. So just make sure that frame is highlighted, and then you click remove. Now you see that once I click remove, of course the thumbnail disappears. Then you can browse. So I'm gonna browse into my image list. And I'm gonna add this one. I uploaded this one, so let's just make sure that we select. And then people fall into the fallacy of like, yeah, well, you see it's there, but now it's not shown here. It's because I haven't updated. So don't forget to click update. Once that happens, the image change. It's like magic, but it's not really magic. It's just technology. And sometimes technology gets us mad, but everything there's a process with technology. That's somehow unfortunate. But
and then with the link to, if you wanted to make it a hot link, you could drop down. That's what the link to is.
Yep. The link to will actually go to either a page, a blog, a different URL, or a pop-up. So if I want this image to open up that pop-up that I have around there, let's see if that actually updated. Let me save it now again, and let's publish it. So we just published. Now let's test it out so we can test it with functionality. We just refresh the page. Now you see that my image is there, and if I click on the image, did I say that right? Is probably because I have it there, but the pop was working there, but not in the image. Let me take a look. So functionality, update, save. Publish again. Now let's just do the preview from here. And it's not allowing me. It's allowing me in the box. Maybe it's not communicating. But you get the idea of changing the image and update it. So let me just do it again. So I just don't like this image. I mean, it's not really right for my product. So I'm going to remove. And I'm going to browse. And I'm going to just, this one, I think this one for my course looks better, because it's somebody learning on the computer. So you just update, then we're going to save, now we're saving, and let's just try something else here. Maybe, well, I don't have any other page, just link to none, publish, and let's take a look at my link here. Let's refresh the page. The new page, of course, comes up. And that's how you update an image. It's fairly simple. It's pretty much straightforward. And, by the way, let me just do something else really quickly here so you guys know where this as well. once we remove when we browse, once we upload an image, because I want to touch on that because a lot of people are having also trouble with this. We click upload an image. You can select the image that you want to upload. Let me take a look at, let's upload this one just for the sake of argument. So we're going to upload. The image will not upload automatically. You will see it here. That doesn't mean that the image is there. So you see this little icon right here, that means upload. So once you see the image in this box, you have to click the arrow to upload, and then you'll see it in the list. So now that means that that image should be in your image library, and then you can select it. Once you select it, and didn't select the image. Let's remove, browse, click, select, update, and I just update, and I can see Fido right now in my product. Let's just say that you're uploading a product for your pet store. So this is actually one of the samples that we did earlier with somebody. So that's how you update. Click save, publish. Now we're gonna just make sure that we refresh. And why it didn't do that? Because I didn't publish, didn't I? Now, content save. Take a look. And update it. You can see now is my mean puppy pillowcase. So that's how you guys deal with images. So don't forget to upload. Make sure that it's on the list. And then you can click on the image and make sure that you can change the functionality. If you want to remove it, change it, browse for new images. That's how you do that. So we have covered the SEO info, the information, and now I think one of the last questions, Donna, is the templates. Where are the templates? Am I covering that one? Yes, I think I am.
You are. So we have a couple questions left. Before you get off this topic of images, there is a question that I just figure we should cover while we're at it. Someone's having a similar issue with replacing an icon image versus a picture image. Maybe we can show them how to do that. I know I'm putting you on the spot here. We didn't talk about it beforehand.
Yes, and you know what? I don't remember how to do that on the icons. But let me just try. Or if you remember how to do that, well, let me just see. Let me just try to see the icons.
I can work on it while you show them where the templates are.
Perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, let's do that. So let me just answer that question, and then we just jump into the changing the icon. So this is how you guys change the image. So let me just close this page because we're not going to need it for the moment. I'm going to just exit right now the editor. Because another question that is always hitting us up at the service desk is, guys, you've been talking about your templates, where are they? So the templates are right at the beginning when you log in, when you click new site, and we should make this more prominent, they're right here. You see this little drop down here that says templates? You click in there, and these are some of the templates that we have now. We're going to have way more templates. We have one of the best UX designers right now in the country working on this. So this will be exciting to have really soon. But let me just take a look at one of those so we can do the exercise with the icons. Let me just preview them. Let me see one that we have a couple of icons here. I don't believe we have icons in this one. So let's take a look at this one. Let's see.
I just did the same thing. I did a page and I dragged in a section under account icons really easily under content.
Yeah, right here. This is the icon. So let's use this one.
Yeah.
Let's just select this one, and
there you go.
I think that they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool looking templates. So now. This is actually to change the logo, and it will be worth a shot to actually see that, because a lot of people, why do I change my logo? It's the same as changing an image. All you do is just select, make sure that it's highlighted, remove, browse. I do have a general logo here, select, and you know what, by the way, I noticed just a question that says, how did you resize that image? you can just redo it. You can just resize it from here, from the fixed axis radius ratio, and then you just kind of give it the right dimensions of the dimensions, and then click select.
Which is awesome.
That
I
way,
don't know just how awesome that feature is.
Yes. So and this logo, by the way, is 400 by 300, so it's pretty big. So that's how you resize the actual sites, Jim. I hope you got that. If not, remember, this webinar is recorded. It's going to be published in our website, in the Facebook group tonight, somewhere around 10:30. So let's just go ahead now with the actual icons done now. So I'll follow your lead. You there?
Yep, good. So there you go. And then
click here.
Click to edit it, go under functionality, and you'll see when you're with an icon, it loads up our, these are custom icons. These are from our icon database.
Oh, really?
Yeah, do me a favor, go to, while you're right there in the screen, go under Elements, not blocks, Premium blocks, Content. Oh, there, yeah. I thought you had it, I realized it was looking at my screen.
Oh!
Premium blocks, under Content, there are, I'm sorry, features, that's where I grabbed it.
Features, rare.
Block,
rare.
Yeah.
I think I said that.
Drag that over. And now if you take one of those icons and do it, it'll show you under functionality.
Let me just do them.
Functionality.
There you go.
That's our icon database. So you can search for something that's similar, or we can just pick one of them. Do me a favor, just search for the word Jedi to make me very happy. Jedi. I'm pretty sure there are Star Wars icons in here. There we go. So let's change to that one.
And let's just put a... Oh, sorry, my bad. Jedi. So let's just do update. And as you can see, it's right there. So and I know that there was a couple of people who were very interested in that, and I might believe that was Selena. Is there icon changes, as you can see right now, they change. So this is how you get to the actual icon. So remember, select it, click on the little box. Once you have the box highlighted, you see it, go to functionality, and you can choose your icon. And let's just change that very next one for the little ambulance, click update, and it will update the icon. So that's how you change the icons.
I'm not sure how to change right underneath. You can change the size of the icon and the color of the icon as well.
That's correct. Let's do this one really quickly.
Perfect.
So functionality, let's just put, let's just do this hand. Or this angry face. Size, we can just go probably smaller or maybe larger. I believe we can do that 6 times.
Big angry face.
The color, let's just do this cool blue. And then let's just do the update, and voila. You have a very large angry face. And since this angry, let's just do this red. I think it would be more appropriate.
There you go.
There you go.
Alright.
You can change sizes, colors, and of course we have a large database of icons. So yeah, sometimes it's just kind of bothersome to look for all the tiny icons, but depending on what you're offering or what you want to imply with your message, you can always use that. So that was question number 9, I believe. I think the last one will be changing fonts.
I'm just going to let you continue the screen share.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Flip it back. So to change the fonts, all you do is select the font you want to change. So let's select feature 5 there. He's angry, we should change that font to be something more angry.
Go in there, click on the T, and then highlight the content, and then we can just size, wait, right, that's where we're going, Donna.
Yes.
So we can change the size of the text, of course. It's kind of big. So feature 5, we're gonna just change if they have a normal text, or if we have the type. I don't know what exactly that means. if it maybe the space in between.
It changes the space, yeah. Where did we actually change the font?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I know that I believe
See where there's the drop down?
This is part of the size, color, and I thought it was here for some reason, but I do believe. You see where the font, because it changes just this, but I do believe there was this style.
That's if you save the whole thing.
Right. But I know there was a space that we can change the font itself.
Slide, folks.
Let's see, global size, spacing, size, and width. Nope. Let me just go back here again. Select the text. Let's just fix this because I just gonna bold it up, and should add another window here that actually just gave us the fonts. Because we do have the option to change this, but let's see. I will change just how the text is positioned. I'm trying to figure out where do we actually just can change this. Option size, color. Of course, the padding and spacing, but they should have something else here. Let's just create a new style. Let me see if it allows me to do that.
I played around with it, guys, on my little computer over here, and when I highlighted, I'm not in the feature aspect. I'm down where the lorem ipsum text is.
Okay.
And when I highlight it to the right-hand side, there's an option for text, and when I toggle text, it allows me to choose the font.
Oh,
a whole bunch of different font sizes.
Let's take a look. So let's just do that. So once you highlight it, I think we have to highlight it to the level. Let me see. No, this is actually this one right here. Text size.
Nope, mine looks different. On mine, it looks different. There you go. I highlighted that, and then it had totally different style. Like on my right-hand side, I don't see what you're seeing.
Edit styles. Maybe size, spacing.
Mine looks totally different. Mine has component, states, hover, active focus, global styles, text, background, border, spacing. So I click on text, and it drops down. I have the ability to choose font, and the ability to choose the size, the weight.
Is this a place where we maybe flip in expert mode right now?
Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm in expert mode. Yeah, I'm in expert mode.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go. That's the ticket.
That's where it was.
Good job, Donna.
How many pages of expert does it take to build a site?
So
there's context, yes, with context, and there's the font.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah. So that's the answer. Make sure you're in expert mode.
So yes. And yet this happened live. So and you're gonna have a chuckle when we see the recording again. Because I completely forgot as well. And I know that Mike also mentioned this last time as well. So hey, don't forget to do that. But it's one of those things, guys. So yeah, you just select the text, then you just make sure that you have the actual box open in the component, and then you can just you can change the actual style. So text, let's just go again here to, let's just say Crimson Pro, or maybe the Roboto, which is very popular, so you can change that. As you can see, of course, it changes. You can save, published. Let's just take a look how it looks like.
And the hint there for me was hearing that Tom's sidebar looked different than John's. The only thing that makes the sidebar look different is being in expert mode versus non-expert mode.
So now, Ninja tip number 2 for the night, make sure that when you're editing text, you're in expert mode. Otherwise, you're going to just send us a picture. Hey guys, my dashboard looks different. I don't know where to change the actual font. So now we know that we have to be in expert mode in order to get that completed.
And let me just share something real quickly for everyone here and all three of us. As you can tell, this is a new tool, and how functional it is and the capabilities are so amazing that we'll still be learning, months from now. So the key is to recognize that with any new tool, there's going to be a short learning curve. So there's going to be a learning curve. That said, reminder to recognize, even the people that have worked with it and etc. for a long time, it takes a little time to do that process elimination. So any new tool is going to take some time to get to transition from unconscious incompetence, not knowing what you don't know, to conscious incompetence, I now know what I don't know, to conscious competence, now I can do it, and it's fairly simple, but I have to think about it, to unconscious competence, where you're doing it without even having to think about it. You're just clicking away and making it happen. So we're all pretty much in that learning in the beginning stages, but it's super simple, and always remember in marketing that you don't have to have the most robust, amazing thing out there. You just need something that's good enough and able to get the audience to see it, right? It's always better to have the opt-in page. It's quick and at a good enough stage. It's always best to have that order now button out there at a good enough stage, not at taking a look at some of the people that have the multi-$10 million, $100 million businesses out there. It doesn't have to be perfect, let's put it that way. So get something up and out there good enough, and then while you're doing that, you're going to be learning how to utilize this powerful tool. And these trainings will be helpful, the support desk and tickets will be helpful, but just recognize, yes, it can be, as we talked about technology, man, it isn't working as quickly, or I'm not getting it as quickly. Just sit tight and recognize one step at a time, you'll be an expert at this. But in the meantime, stay focused on what are your goals: to create an opt-in page, to create a video page, to create a sales page. Whatever it is, keep it simple. Learn it, and as you get better at it, as with any new tool, you're going to be an expert in no time. So just stick with it.
That is actually great advice, yeah. I mean, and ladies and gentlemen, this is Tom. Tom, you've been doing this for what, past 15, 20 years?
I met Mike January of 05, and then met Mike and Donna in March of 05. So, and was doing it around 2001, very terribly, might I add, from 2001. And was teamed up back in the day, the old man of the internet marketing community, who's no longer with us, Corey Rudolph. I ran into his products back in 2001. And similarly, in 2001, I would get frustrated. I'd be like, what the heck? They make it seem so simple, but I'm in here, I feel like a monkey trying to type a report in college. It's just not working. But with time, I was able to figure out those things, and now we're at this point where this tool is super powerful. I mean, Donna and I and Mike didn't have these types of tools back then. We had to go in, actually use the HTML code to create stuff. So now you've got this powerful tool, but always remember, done is better than almost done. Just do what you got to do to get this thing out. And as you see now with John showing the templates, get a template, modify it, and get your opt-in pages out there. Get your template, modify it, and create a video page, or get your template and create something that can lead people to moving forward and purchasing something from you. Done is better than perfect.
Right, and now guys, I'm actually just looking, we have a couple of questions that I would like to address. We have another probably 10 minutes to go, maybe. And if it's okay, I'm going to just read the questions, and Donna, Tom, if you can address them, if you want to just do it, just let me know. But great. So where to submit our questions for next week's webinar? Joshi to me. So Joshi, I think it would be good to follow us in the Facebook group. And probably we're going to do the same thing that we did today. Donna or I or Tom or whoever in the team will probably just do a post. And we can probably just take a look at the questions, or you can send us your questions to support@groovapps.com, and we can address it there and make sure that we can include it probably for the next week's webinar. Let's just take a look at another questions. John says, George Cowan says, this is funny, John told us in the early trainings that always should be an expert mode. Yes, I just remember that, and I was kind of victim of my own invention, because I know that since we want to make sure that everything is where it needs to be, the expert mode should always be on. Can we add or record our own icons to that database? Donna, Dom, we know that, or because last conversation we had, I don't believe so.
I don't believe so either. I don't think that we can.
Yet.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think that we can. But one solution is remove the icon and put an image block there. So if you take the icon block, delete it, drop in an image block, and upload your icon as an image, it will have similar functionality. You'll just have to make sure that when you upload your icon as an image, it's the same size and color that you want to use if you want a custom icon.
Right, if you want the same icon or different icons will be the same sizes and colors, so the look and feel of the site will be the same. Let's take a look. We have. Let's see. Did you do the logo? Yes, we did the logo on top. Eluna's asking. Somebody says, where are the templates? Let me just go over that since it's a really quick question. The templates, guys, are found at the beginning of the once you log in. You will have when you create a new site. The templates are right there. So as I mentioned, we're going to have way more templates available soon. But so far is once before you start creating your new site, that little drop down there that is right below it, the templates, that's where you find your templates. And
there are a couple of questions about when certain software is going to be available. So I just will run down that list right now. We're looking for Groove Mail in May of this year. Webinar Groove is expected for August. Video Groove is coming out in late 2020. Here's the next thing I want to talk about. I don't know if it's official yet. I may be speaking out of term, but I'm the CMO, so I'm allowed to do that. Groove Member. Groove Member wasn't slotted until 2021. And after a long talk with Mike, we are going to try to push a fundamental version of Groove Member, which means a basic membership site out sometime this year. So waiting until 2021 was just a little too long, we thought, for getting that functionality out. It obviously will roll out in a bigger way in 2021, but we are hoping that 2020 will allow us to have basic membership sites. So you won't have to, for just basic content delivery, you no longer have to rely on something like Kajabi or a WordPress-based membership site. So we are really hoping that we can do that this year, so stay tuned for more information on that. Also in 2021, part of our plan is a help desk, a calendar feature, and we're also going to do surveys and polls, and group surveys also planned for 2021. So we have 2 full years of development ahead of us, and those of you that bought the lifetime all-access upsell for group pages when it was promoted, will get every one of those products. So it's super exciting.
Awesome. Now we do have any other questions on at this juncture of the night?
Nope. I think we've basically covered most of it. If we haven't covered your question, either we touched on it briefly or reach out to our support team if it's an accident, you did not need it. And you definitely don't need to overlook the question, but we are running short on time. So instead of asking for more questions at this point, I just want to say thank you all for being here today. I am absolutely thrilled at we have 78 people on this training with us, and it's super exciting. It's our first Group Pages training, as we are just welcoming Tom to the Group Pages team. He's going to be taking over these trainings. May or may not include help from any number of people on the staff from week to week. So be sure to come back next week to see what is new and exciting. There will be a replay. It will be hosted in Groove Digital Academy. That will be done by Thursday, and if it's not done by Thursday, you can send all the email to me, Donna at groupdigital.com. That's all I know, guys.
All right, I think that we can actually just kind of upload tonight's webinar into the Group Academy, and then make the, at least for the first time, since a lot of people are asking, where do I see this? And it was going to be the same place. It's just going to be split into the group card and the group funnels and group pages. So I think for the sake of continuity and make sure that we get it in the right place and people can see the actual replay. So we're going to put it into the Group Academy, and then next week, of course, we're going to make sure that everything is in the right place. I think that will be a good plan.
Perfect. Thanks for having me here, Donna and John, and all of you joined us from all around the world. Stay tuned. It's going to be an amazing journey. We're going to not only show you how to become an expert with all of the amazing capabilities these tools provide for you, but we're also going to be bringing some amazing insights and strategies that you can improve your marketing abilities and results. What we're going to be sharing, and amidst all of the amazing talent within this community, but also we might bring in some experts as we proceed in the upcoming weeks as well. So you're in the right place. This is where and how you're going to take your results to exponentially larger levels in 2020 and beyond. And it's an honor to be here with Donna, John, and you. And look forward to chatting with you again next week.
Awesome, Tom. So I think what is left to say, guys, we're always here for you, and I'm speaking on behalf of most of the team. I should say all of the team, but most especially the support team. So if you have any questions, just send your questions to support@groupapps.com, or you can visit the page and you will find the links. Also, it will be great to have your input and your feedback for next week's training. So I'm going to make sure to put a post in our Facebook group so we can actually just gather some information of the topics that you want to see, so we have time to prepare them. And I think we're going to call it a night. I want to thank you all for being here with us. Of course, big thanks to Donna and Tom. They bring a whole new, different level all these webinars. I'm so glad that Donna and Tom are with us, because they bring the experience, they bring the know-how, and a lot of other stuff that, as Tom just mentioned, we're going to be enjoying and just taking everybody to the next level. So with that said, guys, thank you for being with us tonight. And check out the recording. It's going to be there in our Facebook group in the next 2 hours from 10 o'clock Pacific time. And with that, I should say good night and have a great week. We'll see you on Thursday for the Group Card webinar. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Ha ingresado más a tu página o ha hecho más clics. El navegador más utilizado, ya sea Chrome, Firefox, Explorer, Safari, etc. El sistema operativo más utilizado, esto sería por ejemplo Windows, Mac, etc. La fecha de mejor rendimiento, esta es la fecha en que más personas han entrado a tu página. Y la hora del último éxito, la hora que entraron por última vez a tu página. Y en la parte inferior